Hi, good evening, everyone. Let's wait a few minutes so we can start. May I know who is from Group 3?
Yeah, me and Vincent is available from Group-3, and Vincent is taking the PPT presentation, and I am taking the demo part.
Okay.
We are taking week 3 assignment 1 and 2.
Okay, guys, then let's start.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please start.
Yeah, Stephen, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Share my screen. All right. Thank you. Okay. I don't know if everyone can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at assignment 1 and 2, and it covers the Git setup and identity for our GitHub local and global identity. After which, if we set up on our accounts, we'll be able to create a project or a website which will be tracking on our GitHub. We'll stage it and commit it, and then push to our EC2 instance where to be deployed, and we'll do all that in real time. And this will be presented by me, Stephen, and Varun. Varun will be doing the demo. So the agenda for this will be for us to set up our GitHub and create the verification. Also, we'll be creating our local and global Git identity, which is best practice in enterprise. And also we'll be tracking, staging, and committing our files correctly. We'll also have a controlled commit and Git history checks on these processes, and we'll be deploying it we're deploying a static website to our AWS EC2 instance using Nginx as our server. So the first assignment would see us configure GitHub correctly, and also we'll be able to understand identity scoping in terms of our local and global settings. After which we'll go into the demo session, and we'll be back to our assignment 2, where we'll follow up on the tracking and making sure we have clean and meaningful commits, and also to deploy this on a live website, to deploy this live on our EC2 instance. Now, let me just give us a summary. For the first instance, we're using the GitHub, and where we need to make sure it is properly set up and identification is set up to make sure that whoever is committing any application that's been deployed on the operations network is properly identified. In this case, I used my name here as Stephen Odunze, and also a GitHub non-reply email, which helps keep our emails secure. We'll be configuring this both locally and globally. So the first task for us, based on the assignments we had, is for us to create the project directory, and we're also going to initialize the GitHub repo in this directory we are going to create. So to create that project directory, we will create the project itself, which is called code track. This code track will be created inside that project directory that we have created in our system, and we'll enter it to initialize the Git repository inside that code track folder. So for systems, for anyone who has a Windows system, we know that the Windows does not use the Linux command line to log in. So we will have to download the Git bash. This would enable us securely log in as the same way we would do in our Linux system into the command interface. And we'll do that using the Git bash. When we install, we'll be able to check the version with the Git version to confirm we're actually at the right version for our Git bash. After we've done this, we would now create a project directory and navigate into it. Remember, we said we were doing this in the project directory, and most systems might not have that already created. So for us, we will have to go into our home directory in our system, if it's a Mac or even a Windows, and we're going to create that project file or that directory that we're going to call our whole project directory using the mkr dir-p projects. And after creating it, we'll go into that directory and create our code track, which is the main code, the main project folder we're going to be working with. So inside that folder, we're going to initialize a Git repository using our Git init. Once we run this command Git init, it turns that folder into a Git repo, where we'll be able to carry out all the configurations we need to carry out for this project. And we're going to be able to optionally on this particular project, it was not necessarily required, but it's part of what is required in a standard Git repo, that we create a README file and a Git ignore. I will give us a clear explanation of what this README and Git ignore files do. Then we will now verify the Git tracking by confirming the presence of the hidden .git file. Now, the readme.md file that I mentioned earlier acts as a project documentation. It helps us document everything about that project so that anyone visiting our GitHub profile for that particular project will be able to understand what that project is made of or what it's all about. And it explains the purpose, usage, and setup for that particular project. Then the Git ignore helps prevent sensitive files from being tracked. It avoids leaking of credentials, keys, and local configurations. Here you keep your secret keys, passwords, and other documents you do not want to go public, which is very key in terms of security. The second task for us in that assignment is to configure the Git identity, both local and global. Now, for the local configuration, we're going to configure our username and the email that will be attached to that particular local config for our local for our Git repo locally. And that will be done using the git config -- local username, where you put your name at the end, and it will give that particular file its local identity. And also the email, you could use your personal email. And since we want this folder to go public, it's advised we use the GitHub no reply. That's why you see this particular format. I used an example here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus username at user no reply.github. And to confirm that this configuration has been done properly, we'll verify with our git config -- local -- list. This shows that we have properly configured our local identity. To do the global identity configuration, we're going to do the same thing we did on our local configuration. Lest I forget, I did not emphasize that we must make sure we are in the right directory. Once we do this configuration in the wrong directory, we will not be able to achieve what we want. So anytime we are doing a configuration concerning a particular repo, we must make sure we are in that directory. And one way to confirm is using the pwd, present working directory command to confirm. Once we do that, we are going to set our username for the global settings using this command, git config -- global username, and also set our email for that global user. This creates the identity for the global user. And we will verify using our git config -- global. Sorry. We're going to confirm using our -- global and list. Using those two commands, we're able to identify and show that we have successfully created our identities for both the local and the global users. And shortly, I'll be calling on my colleague, Varon, to please share with us the demo for this first phase before we go into the next phase of this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. That's a wonderful presentation. I will take it from here. And let me share my screen. So I can see my screen, right? So it's in a Udemy page now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So someone who don't know how to came here, we need to go for the master sheet. From there, we can take it and click it here. It will directly go to this page. And so we are on the week 3 Git and GitHub. So the first assignment is for we need to learn about the foundation and basics of Git and GitHub. So in this, the scenario is like we are just like joining a team, and we are getting a project, and how we will approach on that. That's the basic scenario behind this assignment. So in this case, we are going to create a project called code track, and we will create an identity on top of it, like local and global identities we'll create. Why we are creating identities means we need to track every activity. Git and GitHub is like a version control system. Every time we will make modification changes, and also we can easily track all the changes. So this will help us to identify who will make the changes, at what time we will make the changes using the IDs and all. So that's the basic scenario behind this assignment, and the learning objectives, like we have a minimum prerequisite. We need to have a Git installed in our machine. So if your machine is not installed within Git, means you can go and search for something like Git install. It will open to a new page, and according to your flavor of OS, you can download it from here, and steps are available here. For Mac OS, it is like with Brew, and Linux from here. And from source is like most of them will not use source, but we can select from here itself. So these are all are covered in another YouTube video that so that's I'm not explaining here and directly going to the next task one. So before that prerequisite task, we need to learn some basic Linux commands that we covered yesterday in the demo session, like cd, mkdir, ls, and all. So for that, you can either use, if you are confused, you can use man command like this. It will get more details. If you are not familiar with man in the shell, means you can go with the man like ls page in Linux like that. This the best page to check all these details. So that will help to learn more about Linux commands. So let us go to the step one. So okay, so first we are going to create a project. Like I already created a new folder in my, I'm starting in this folder now for this demo session. So I am creating from here only. mkdir minus p means if we need to create subfolders, means it will automatically create it. So here we are not creating any subfolders, it's directly going to create the project folder. So it is showing this project folder, and here we can see directory. It is a directory then. And the next step is we need to go to the cd projects folder and verify git exist or not. No, we need to initiate the code track folder we need to create. We are going to the project folders now, and we are creating the code track folder. It also exists there. And we are going inside the code track, and at the moment we don't have any files here. So first we need to make it as a git repository. There are two ways to make a git repository. One is we need to create a local folder here in our machine and doing the git init command. It will create a repository like that. The another way I will show you later. So once it is initiated, you can see this. You need to type ls-al, then it will show the hidden files also. So that is basically for the first task steps all we run here. So git, if the git is folder is there, means that hidden folder is there, means it is used for tracking and all other. If we accidentally removed or removed this git folder, means the usage we can use it like a repository folder. And we are going to the next step. Here we are going to create the identity as a local. So at the moment we are in the pod track repository. So we need to make a identity in my name. So this command will help to create the identity for the local repo. Okay, and for the email address, Stephen mentioned it is better. We need to make privacy for our email address, so better we can use the mask ID. We can take it from here, go to your GitHub profile settings, and from emails, here you can see the email ID. You can copy this and mask your email address like this. Okay, once it's done, we can verify our work is perfect there or not by running this command. You can see here. The same is mentioned here to verify it, expected output and privacy stuff. And next step is going to the task 3. It is for global creation. The same step only we need to follow, but I have already created the global config. So it's already created in my name. So you can use the same commands like this by replacing local with global, and you can verify the output by running this command. And one more thing we need to note here is like when we are using a local repo and adding a local identity means the first thing it will take is the local config only. That means code track will take the this config, while if you are going to push something or committing something, everything will take this configuration details only, whatever we have given there. It will not take the global one. So mainly we are doing this for enterprise projects, like we are working in a service-based or product-based company and we are handling different projects. In that case, we are using like this kind of method so that we can identify which repo we are working on and which local identity working on that, like that. So tracking will be easy for that. And yeah, that's the task 3. And yeah, that's the end of the assignment 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and from here, Stephen will take care for the presentation of the assignment 2, and we'll continue the demo from there. Thanks, Stephen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Maron. So I will be going to the assignment 2, and let me share my screen. All right. Okay. Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen?
Yep. Good.
All right. Okay. So now this is the second stage of this project. We are going to be tracking this the website we're going to be hosting. We're going to create and we're going to develop it, track it, stage it, and commit, then deploy to our live Nginx server. The first thing will be for us to verify the Git setup on our branch. Then we are going to create 2 files. One has to be the .html file and the other one the .css file. These 2 files, when we get them, we're going to get the information that we're going to be imputing in these 2 files from our Git repo. Then we would go to this task 4 where we are going to now stage this information that we have, these files that we have modified. After staging it, we will make sure we commit them. Then we're going to transfer and deploy on our EC2 server. So the first step we will take is to first of all verify our Git setup. That's inside our repo. Now, if you are using a Mac OS or a Windows operating system, these are some of the basic steps you would use to go to this folder if you are using an integrated development environment, IDE, such as Visual Studio. This can be done using your Git bash, but for most of us who had used the Visual Studio, it's only going to give us a better view of our platform where we are developing. That's why we're going to use the Visual Studio for better clarity, and especially for those who are now used to Visual Studio. But all these configurations can still be done with your Git bash, especially when you enter the Nano or the Vim platform to do your edits and save. So in doing this, after we've gotten into these particular files, once we use our Visual Studio, we'll make sure we're in the right directory. That's why I made sure we said navigate into the code track directory, which was created in our project. Then we're going to run the Git version to confirm that we are actually in the folder that was initially that we initially ran our to convert to the Git repo. And if we confirm that it's our Git repo, and we're sure we're in the right direction, we can then switch to the second phase, which is to create the files that needs to be, that's the files we will require for the website that we're going to be creating. These files, we can use the command touch index.html and the style.css. These two files are required for our static website that we are going to be creating. And using the touch command, you can create these two files. And you can use the list or the ls command to confirm that these two files you have created in your code track repo are present. After you've confirmed that, you can go to this particular Git repo website. If we click on this, we'll see that it will link us to a website where on the GitHub, where we'll see our index.html file and the style.css file. We are going to copy the contents of each of these files, and we're going to be using our Visual Studio to replace or to fill in these files that we created in our local repo, which is the code track. After we're putting those files, those informations that we've copied into these two files we created, we're going to save those information. After saving it, we are now going to make sure these files that we have modified can be tracked. And we can do that using the staging. So to do the staging, we are first of all going to confirm that these two files we're going to confirm that these two files are being tracked inside our repo. And we're going to do that by using two different methods. We can do that through the two different methods, but preferably for now that we are still learning, it's advised that we do this individually because we modified two files, the index.html file and the style.css file. You can simply do that by using the command git add index.html for your HTML file and git add style.css for your CSS file. Or you can use the git add dot. These dots show that all the files inside the directory we mentioned, which is a code track, are going to be added where it's going to be tracked and staged. Then, after doing this, we're now going to commit these files that we have staged to, we're going to commit these files in our Git repo. And to commit this, we're going to use the git commit -m for our message. Then we're going to use this initial UI scaffold as our statement that tells us what we have done, which is adding these two files, index.html and the style.css. After we have committed this file, we are going to verify using the git log --one line. This one line helps us to get a simple line statement that tells us what we have actually done recently. If we don't use that one line, it's going to give us a very bogus output. So that's why we want to just get one line of information of what we have recently done. And that's the git log -one line. Next, we would modify these files that we have actually updated. Remember, we went to our GitHub repo, got information from our index.html file and the style.css file. So we're going to copy we're going to modify one of those files because we've modified the first two, staged and committed. But now I want to go back inside that file. If we look here in the website that will be displayed, the website that will be displayed, we'll see it at the bottom here, but well, it's quite small. But later when the demo is being shown, we are going to see that website where it will tell us or give us some instructions on what needs to be modified. Once that website is open and we see the files that needs to be modified, we'll go, the parts that needs to be modified, we'll go back to our index.html file on our Visual Studio, look for that line that contains student name and the group name. And we're going to modify it using our names and the groups we are in, and we'll save this. After saving, remember we need to stage. And after staging, we need to commit. So we'll confirm the status, which will show that we have actually modified just the index.html file. And remember why we said it's good at this stage to always use the git add the particular file you have added. That's why we're going to use the same command again, git add index.html file. We can use git add dot which will add both of them, but it's advisable to use just the file you have modified. Then after we have staged that file, we're going to commit it using this particular commit statement that tells us what we actually did recently, which is the heading and the tagline for the CTA button. So we'll verify this using the same command, git log -- one line, which gives us a very simple line statement that tells us what was actually done in the last commit. Then we are now going to deploy to our EC2 with Nginx. To achieve this, we are going to first of all install and start our Nginx server. We have seen this being done on several of our projects, but we're going to do this again live in this project to show you guys the simple steps of installing your Ubuntu. And also, and after you have created your Ubuntu instance, you will now install the Nginx server inside and start it. And make sure it's enabled so that if the system is shut down, it can easily restart. After that, we're going to copy our edited files in our code track repo in the local machine. And we're going to send this to our Nginx server on the EC2 instance using the secure copy, which is the SCP-I, which is the index for this particular file, and with the key Linux perm. We're going to be using this key and recursively copying everything in this our code track. Remember, we are in the code track repo. From the beginning, we kept on repeating, make sure you are in the right directory, because you're in the wrong directory. You're going to copy everything in that wrong directory to your external server, which is your EC2 instance. So we're going to use that dot to copy everything in our local repo, taking it to our Ubuntu external. We'll put the IP there, and it will take us to the directory, which is the Ubuntu home. So the home directory is where we're going to save that file on our EC2 instance. So we have securely moved the file from our local system to our external server. And while in that external server, the Nginx server that was installed has a root folder that shows up you have successfully installed Nginx, but we want to replace that with what we have imported. Remember, what we imported is in our Ubuntu home. So we'll go into our Nginx web server, remove every file. That's why we have the star at the end of this HTML. Remove everything at the root folder, the root folder of this Nginx. Then at number 4, we're now going to copy what we have in our home directory of the Ubuntu into our Nginx server. We're taking everything inside our Ubuntu home, which is the file we have just copied, into the part of Nginx that was completely wiped out because we removed everything there. And once we replace it, what would now come up would now become what we have moved there. So we're going to, and before we do that, we need to update the ownership. Like when you buy a car and you want to hand it over to someone, you need to change the ownership of that vehicle. And in this case, we are moving the files we are going to use to host the site to Nginx. And we need to transfer the ownership from the root folder to the Nginx owner. So that root owner down to the Nginx, once you run this command, it changes the root owner to Nginx. And when you have done that, you need to also change the permission. If someone has a vehicle that he just acquired without a driver's license, which authorizes that person to drive that car, it's as good as just giving the person something to just keep at home as a possession. So we are going to make sure we give this guy the rights to make sure they can do whatever they need with this new vehicle we have handed over. And in such case, we are going to change, if you can see, the dash here, which shows it's a file. Normally, if you see a D, it's a directory. So here it's a file. We're going to change the read, write, and execute permissions for the user here. And that's where you will change it to RXW, which is the read write. If you check the value 755, 7 means the summation of 4 to 1, which means that you're going to be changing the read, write, and execute for this first particular user. If you notice, it's just 4 and 2. So the last value, 1, will sum it up to 7. So that's why you now have 7 5. This 5 here means if you look at this, we can see that we just have the read and nothing. We don't have a write, we don't have an execute for the other two groups. So once we put the 5, it gives them the read and execute. So once we run this command, which is the change mode, which modifies the rights, unlike the change ownership, here is going to give rights to the new owners of this file, which is the Nginx server. Finally, we're going to confirm our permission and use the public IP to see if we can open the web page. And once we open that web page, we can run our curl http/localhost to see if we can get the 200 OK. And once this 200 OK shows, it means that we have successfully hosted our website on the Nginx server. Not just hosting it, but making sure ownership is being given to the Nginx server and they have the rights to completely host this. Thank you, and we're going to our demo.
Yeah, thanks,
Hello?
Stephen.
All
Yeah,
right, thank you.
Okay, I'll take
Thank
care
you.
from here. Okay, hope you can see my screen, right? It's on Udemy page now. Can see, right? Someone please confirm.
Yes, we can see.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So in this assignment, it's a continuation for the first one. Like we have created a code track project, and our manager is giving us a task like you need to create a static website using couple of files, and we need to push this files to a remote server by creating it in AWS. And in this case, we are creating by Ubuntu machine on AWS. And the objectives and prerequisites are almost same. Like we need to make sure Git is available in our local machine, and then the basic file editing we need to know, at least like VI, Vim, or Nano, otherwise like VS Code, like that. Then we need a working AWS EC2 instance. In this case, we are using Ubuntu machine, and we are directly going to the task one. So first thing is we need to verify the Git setup and enter the repo. Like it's a professional way, whatever we worked on, it is available there still. So we need to make sure Git is available using git -n version. So Git is available there, and we are already in the code track project. By verifying this, we will run pwd is for getting the present working directory, and we will run the git status command. We can see we are on the main branch and there is no commits happened yet. We can verify the git branch by running the git branch command also. By the way, we are not started that, and yeah, we are done with that step, and we are going to the task 2. It is for creating index.html and style.ss files. So first, we are in Linux. We can make many methods to create files. One is touch, and we can use Vim also. Like I will show in both ways. You can see the file is available there now, and we can create file by using this method also, using Vim. We can save it by wq colon, and you can see this. The file is available there. It's not a directory, it's a file only. You can see the git is a directory file. Sorry, directory. And yeah, that's the all steps in task 2, and we are going to the task 3. It is for we need to download the not downloading, we need to go for the GitHub and take the contents for index.html and style.ss. For that, I have clicked the link and I'm going to the index.html, and I can copy the file here. Most of them are familiar with the VS Code, that's why I will take the VS Code. You can see the VS Code, I believe. You can open the index.html file, and I will copy the file name here, and even I can open a terminal also here. It will be better for. So you can see the green color here. That means it's a new file and it's not stayed also unstayed like that. You can see the green there. That will be in VS Code. You will get a better understanding how Git works also. When you can see the Git status. Sorry, I am in CD. Code. Yeah, you can see these two files we have added, and we have added the contents to the HTML file also. And we need to go for the style.ss file. We can copy the file contents from here to VS Code. Can save the content. I think I didn't save the contents from here also. We can save the contents. Okay, that step is done. So next we need to track and stage the files. So now you can see the two files are untracked. So we can add it to the staging area using git add command. There are two ways to do as mentioned by Stephen earlier. I am going with the first option now. I will show you the next option in the. We have one more task available to edit and update the files. So at that time I will show the another. Sorry. Not style.cs. After that, we need to run the git status. Now we can see it's in the staging file, and yeah, we have completed the task 4, and we are going to task 5 for committing the initial initial change we are going to commit. That also we need to make sure we are doing some professional comments need to add on the files instead of adding like first commit, second commit like that. So whenever we are adding some commits, it should be something related to what our change we are doing like that. So it should be professional, and someone reviewing your change, it will be useful for them to understand also. So make sure that git commit minus m means message. So post that, you run this, and you will see something like this. And we can verify these changes from our local browser itself. We can go to the folder now. Right now I'm in the code track folder. We can click the index.html and open with the Google Chrome, and you can see this content there. So this is for the task 5. This one is critical. We need to make sure it is working fine locally here. So it is working fine in this case. So we are proceeding with the step 6 now. We are going to modify the file now. So many of them are in confusion like how we load the file in local browser. This is the option to go for that. Okay, going for task 6, it is we are going to modify the index.html, change the student name and group name. There are two ways to edit the file. One way we can use from here using vim command, and we can go from here also. If we are going with the vim means we need to, it will be easy for searching the file like this. We have many options to search and find the extra content like this and edit this. And we can go to the end of the line by Shift A by pressing, and if you want to come on this beginning of the line, just press Shift I. Like that you can come. If you need to modify the line in the middle, means you go to wherever you need to edit, go there and press I, and you can edit there like this. So here I am going through the VS Code only. I'm editing my name here. And saving the file, and you can see the changes here in Git also. I have modified the file, and even I can see the changes here also by loading the file. Oops, I have edited the wrong entry, I believe. Okay, let me correct it. It should be here instead of there. I wrongly updated there earlier. Okay, we can save the change, and we can see the same thing. Yeah, it's working now. It's locally we verified the changes is working, and in this case we need to make it commit the message. Before that we need to add the same to the staging area. Yes. So here I am using the second method, git dot you can see now the under.html is the sorry, is in the staging area now, and we need to commit the change like a meaningful message. We have updated here. And we are going to the step 7, deploy to the EC2 with the engines. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Let me one little water. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, we are going with deploying to the EC2 the engines. So I have already created an EC2 instance with Ubuntu OS running on it. So you can see you connect to the machine by going on clicking there and taking the IP. I have already installed Nginx to save time for the demo. So you can see the step once I have logged into the server. I have run the sudo apt update -y first. Once it is completed, I have installed it Nginx using apt-get install, and it will automatically start the service also. You can see while checking the status, it is running and enabled by reboot itself. And it's auto logout, so hence let me log in again. Okay, we are right now in the Ubuntu directory, and moreover we can check first the Nginx is working fine or not. For that we can take the public IP and load it in our browser. It will get a URL like this, and you need to know this is loading from this directory. It is the root folder for the contents. You can see the contents here. The same thing is welcome to Nginx. This is the same thing loaded in the browser also. So right now we are going to modify this website with the files we created locally. For that, first we need to copy all these files to remote using scp command. At the moment we are in the project folder, we need to run the scp-i, and this is my PAM file located. And we need to give recursively. This dot means in the present working directory. And we need to take wd. We are copying it to the home directory of this Ubuntu machine. We will take the IP. The username is Ubuntu. And we need to give a column here, and the path where we need to copy the folder as well. As we have given recursively, it will take the cache files also, but we can see the contents already reached here. So the next step is like, as per the task, we need to remove the contents, existing contents under the file. It is not, steps are not mentioned here, but I will show you the steps here. We will go to www.html and ls, and we are removing this content. We need to run a sudo because we are in Ubuntu user only now. At the moment, we don't have any contents here. And next thing is to copy the files from the home folder to this folder wherever we are staying. At the moment, we have the files here, and we need to change the ownership. Chown is the command to change the ownership. I think Nginx user is not created. Actually, in Ubuntu, it is not needed. I will believe it will auto take the contents. Let me load. Yeah, it will work it from here. Because as we are in Ubuntu, we are not creating any Nginx users. It will automatically take it from the like a root user as we defined in the Nginx configuration file. And yeah, that's all for the task 7. Also, we have successfully deployed our static website remote, and it is loading from remote public IP as well. You can verify this work from loading from this IP as well. Yeah, that's all from assignment to all tasks. We have completed this task also. If you have any questions regarding the assignment 1 and 2 we have shared, you can ask something. Raise your hands and you can ask questions.
Yeah, actually. Well done, Varun and Stephen. Yes, guys, if you have any question, please go ahead and ask a question. They have explained very well.
I believe I was not too much fast.
No, it's okay. You are not
And
too
covered
fast.
all the topics.
Right.
Also. Yeah. Thank you.
Any question? Okay, no question. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Varun and Stephen.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
can
you.
go ahead. Yeah, we can go
Thank you.
ahead. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Ranveer, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. Please let us know who is available from your side.
So I think they are available from Group-4. Pratyush, are you there?
Good, good day, my amazing
Added
colleagues.
you.
Please, I didn't, yeah,
Okay,
I didn't add
you
you.
can.
Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
All right. So, good day, amazing colleagues. My name is Aden Adedayo. Me and my partners will be taking you through assignment 3, week 3, assignment 3. So, my partners' names are Ogbona Nwaka Mary and Okike Chima. So, I will be taking you through Git branching, basic commands of Git branching. So, I'll be sharing my screen now. Please permit. So please, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So so our discussion for this evening is Git branching in practice, and what's the agenda for the section is what Git branching is, why Git branching matters, how Git branching works, strategies and commands of Git branching, and typical Git branching workflow, and also some mistakes beginners make while using Git branches, and also keep away from this presentation. So what Git branching is? Git branching is a feature that allows you to create independent lines of development within the same code base. So what does this mean? This means that according to the simple analogy that I put in this in the presentation, it says, imagine writing a book where the main manuscript stays intact while different authors work on separate chapters in their own copies. When a chapter is ready, it's matched back into the main book. So what this analogy is saying is that, for example, now let's use our college. I believe we are all aware with it. We are all used to our college projects. Right? Let's say we are working on a college group project, and we have the manuscript for the project. So now they gave individuals different topics to write on for the manuscript, and individual and team members of the project went away to write their project. They did their research. They used whatever means they want to use to collect data and all of those things. So after doing all the assignments and their assignments on their own, after writing their projects individually, they now bring all the assignments back together and merge it together inside the main manuscript. So that's basically what branching is all about. So branching, feature branching is like in the analogy where students went on their own to gather data, gather research into strategy. And after the whole research gathering, data gathering, they bring everything back to the main manuscript. So the main manuscript here is the main branch. So I believe I just make Git branching clear with my explanation. Thank you. So what are the key characteristics of Git branches? Git branches are fast to create. They are creating Git branches are actually very instantaneous. You can create them in milliseconds. They don't take time to create branches, so it is very easy to create them, and they are also isolated. Git branches are extremely isolated. So you can work on one branch and it won't affect the main branch. It won't affect your code, the main code base. So that's one characteristics of Git branches, and also they are marginal. Work can be combined when they are ready. So when you are done with your individual work on a certain branch, you can bring them back and merge them together into the main branch. So those are characteristics of Git branch. So why Git branches? Why it actually matters? Git branches matter in team collaborations. For the real world scenario that I put in this presentation, let's assume that Sarah works on a login feature while Mike is building a payment system. Both can work on separate branches, and when they are done and they are done in their isolated branches, they can bring it together for integration after they have done review on their separate branches and it is ready for integration. They cannot bring it back and merge it back into the main branch. So that's one of the advantages of Git branches. It enables team collaboration and also for safe experimentation. Let's say you want to refactor a database layer now, and you create a branch. You experiment freely on the new branch that you created. You test your DBA and database connection with your application. You will test performance, and if the performance is not working the way you want it to work, you can actually discard the code, discard the branch without it affecting the main branch, without the experiment that you just carried out affecting the main application. So it's also safe for application for experimentation. The other one is parallel work. It allows developers to fix bugs, prepare releases, and work on different aspects of the code without affecting others, without affecting each other, like without affecting different developers. For example, now let's say Sarah is working on fixing on a production bug, while me, Adedayo, is working on building a new feature. So my own work does not affect what Sarah is working on. So it can actually promote parallel work. So those are the advantages of this branching. So what are the common branching strategies? So we have main master. So the primary branch containing production ready code. This is a single source of truth, stable, tested, and deployable. So our main or master branch is always stable, always tested, and always deployable. So we can't do our experimentation, we can't do our fixing on the main or master branch. They are primarily containing our production ready code, and they are always in a deployable state. So that's about main and master branch. For the feature branches are created for new functionality. For example, you want to add a login button to an application. You want to add you want to change the color of the header. You want to change the color of the tagline. You want to do so many things. You want to edit the footer of the page. So you can create feature branches for new functionality. So for hot fixes also. So for example, now you might have an application running in production, and there's a customer raise an issue concerning the application that there's a bug. I can't log in or the login button is not clickable or something like that. You can just call one of the developers and tell the developers, okay, go and work on this fix, and the developer will go ahead, create a new branch from the main branch and make fix and troubleshoot, debug what is wrong with the application. When the fix is ready and everything is working fine, then you can merge it directly back into the main production branch. So that's what it means by for critical production bugs requiring immediate fixes. And for the release branches, it is created when preparing for a new release. This allows final testing and bug fixing without blocking any development process. So what they are saying here is that for new branches, you can have version 2.0 in progress and also create another branch of maybe version 2.1. So those branches does not affect each other. Version 2.1 will be going on, and version 2.0 will also be going on in parallel without them affecting each other. So that's that about release branches. So those are the common branching strategies. So the core Git branching commands. So Git branch. So whenever you want to list the branches that we have on our in our maybe directory, in our repo project we are working on, just type git branch in our terminal, and it will list all the branches that we have that we are currently working on, or the branches that other colleagues have on the repo. So it will list all the branches. And also, if you want to create a new branch, you can still say git branch, then the feature name, the name of the feature that you are trying to implement, maybe a login page. You can say git branch login, or whatever name, whatever feature that you are trying to implement. You can just use git branch, then the name of the feature to create a new branch for you. So now to switch between branches, you can use git checkout or git switch. So git checkout, feature name, this switch to a feature branch, and this is an old syntax of git. So it is still in use actually, but the newer version of this command is git switch, then the feature name. So once you use this command, git checkout or git switch, the feature name, it will switch from one branch to another branch, maybe from your main branch. You want to switch from your main branch to another feature branch, you can use git switch or git checkout. And git merge. So git, if you want to do, after you make your changes and you work on your, maybe you work on your code and all the changes are ready, you want to merge the code, you will switch back into your main branch, then use git merge, then the feature name. So you after the git merge, you use your feature name and merge your code, the changes that you just made, merge it into your main branch. So after the whole process of creating your branch, switching between branches, merging your feature branch with your main branch, and you are done, and you're sure that you're done, your team has reviewed your code and it has been accepted, you can now, it has been merged into the main branch, you can now delete the branch. So you can use git branch -d, then the feature name, then the branch name, then you can delete the branch. So that's the core git branching commands. So typical git branching workflow. So as a DevOps engineer, we will most likely work with git branching almost all our lives. So these are the typical git branching and branching workflow that we'll most likely work with throughout our professional career. So one of the git branching workflow is switching between feature branch and main branch. So you can use git switch feature name. Once you create your branch, you can just switch into the feature branch. This is used to switch between branches. Git switch is used to switch between branches. And also number 2 is develop and commit. After you have apply all the changes, you have changed your code base, you have maybe you are working on your index.html file now. You added a test, you added your header, you added your footer, whatever section of the index.html you are working on, and you are done. You are done applying all these things. You can just use git add dot to add all the files in the directory, or you can just use git add then the file name. This tells Git to collect all the changes that you've made and prepare them to be saved. So now, after you have done that, you can now go ahead and do your git commit. So git commit -m, then use a meaningful commit message like add login form validation or whatever. So this saves the changes that you added in the previous command. This saves the changes. This saves these changes with a message explaining what you did in the code, in whatever code that you implemented. Your index.html, whatever changes that you did, just write a meaningful commit to communicate to your team members that okay, this is actually what you did on the code. So push to remote, you can use git push -u origin and the feature name. So now, anytime you are done with your work on your local machine and you want to sync what you did on your local machine with the remote repository, you can use git push and followed by the origin and the feature name. The reason why we are using U is that U is used to U is a flag that is short for set upstream. So set upstream, it means that the first time you are committing, you are pushing your changes to the Git repo, you have to use -u so that the next time you are doing the push without the U, the Git will remember that okay, you want to push to the upstream. So that's why we are using the U flag for the first commit. So after the first commit, subsequent commits, you don't need to use the -u anymore. So you can just write your git push origin, then your feature name. So that's that about typical git branching workflow. And also, after you've done your push from your local machine to your GitHub repo, you can now go to your GitHub, open a pull request, create a pull request in GitHub with description of changes. Like you add description of what you did in your local machine so that it will communicate to your team members or your team lead or whoever is handling the project and is in charge of the project will know that, okay, Adedayo just pushed this code and is requesting for a review. So that's why we use pull request. And also after the pull requests have been made, you can just wait for code review and code approval from your team lead or your team member or any of your team members to review the code. Then after they have done the review and approved, you can now merge your code into your main branch. So that's basically everything about Git branching workflow. So common mistake beginners make while working with Git branching. So working with Git branches, beginners mostly make this mistake. They work on main. I've made the same mistake before. While I just started my journey as a DevOps, I pushed directly on the main branch and actually got, let me now say, spanked for doing that. So making the mistake of working directly on the branch is actually a very bad idea and it is not advised. So what is advised is that always create a feature branch first, then do your experimentation on the branch you created, create your new feature on the branch you created, and after you are done, you can push it to GitHub and ask for a review, create a pull request, and they can now merge it back into the main branch. So never make a mistake of working directly on the main branch. The number two is forgetting to pull first. So whenever you want to start your work as a DevOps engineer, always make sure that whenever you want to start work, pull from the main first. Pull the updated code. For example, now you might be off for 2 days or 3 days, and your team has maybe went ahead and worked on the main, have deployed application and make amendments, implement new features, and they have merged it with the main branch. So you have to pull the main branch into your local repo just to keep in sync with what is on the main branch and the Git remote repo. So vague commit messages. This is common for almost all of us. We use vague commit messages like fix, connect on update. Like you can just, sorry for that. So you can like fix or something like that. So it is very bad to use vague commit messages. So what to do is just to use descriptive messages like what you're actually working on. For example, add user authentication with JW2 tokens, like added footer to index.html. All these meaningful messages, it is advised to use them when you are committing your work. So number 4 is not deleting merge branches. Also, I've been a victim of this thing. Like, so I'll forget to delete most of the branches, most of the feature branches I've worked on. So over time, I will now it will just clutter my repository and it will confuse most of my teammates. They'll be wondering, are you still working on this branch? Are you not done with this feature or stuff like that? So it is advised that whenever you are done working on feature branches, delete them when you are done, and when they are merged into the production into the main branch, it's always advised to delete them. And also poor communication. This is not everyone is actually guilty of this one. So poor communication, working in isolation without informing the team, leads to duplicate work or conflicting changes. So working in isolation without telling your team lead, without telling your team members, actually creates duplicate of work. Like it will create duplicate of what has already been worked on. For example, maybe your team has been assigned the task you're already assigned to, so it creates duplicate works and also conflict changes. So it is bad not to communicate what you are working on at the moment with your teammates. And also, it is advised that you announce what you are working on stand-up meetings, on any sprint meeting, on anything you are doing, any meeting that you have opportunity to do. Announce to them that, okay, this is what I'm working on. I'm changing the color of the login button. I'm changing the header of the index.html. So announce to them, let them know, carry them along so they would know that, okay, this is what Dayo is working on. So key takeaways from this presentation: branches are cheap. You are not being charged for creating branches. So create as many as you want when you have features, when you are building new features. So create branches. Don't hesitate to create them. There's no performance cost or storage penalty. You are allowed to create branches as you like, but always avoid working on the main branch. So number 2, always use feature branches. Never work directly on the main. It's not advised to work on the main. Every new feature, bug fix, or experiment deserves its own new branch. So commit often, merge regularly. So commit in, like, for example, now in the Udemy course, it is written there, atomic commit. You have to commit in bits, like maybe you worked on your index or HTML now, commit it. You work on your style or CSS, commit it. After every changes that you made to your code base, make sure you commit often. This will help you keep your history clean and traceable. It will help with audit, like maybe in the future they want to audit, they want to track who made these changes. It will help them to track all these changes. Merge regularly. Always merge with your main branch when you are when the pull request has been reviewed, when everything has been done. Always remember to merge and continue with your work. So communication is key in whatever things we are doing. Communication is key. Talk to your team, announce what you are doing, working on, ask questions, and review each other's code. It is very paramount. So thank you very much for listening. I think this is the end of my Git presentation. And now I'll bring my partner, Ogona Nwak. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mary, I'll bring her forward to do the demo presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent performance. Well done.
Thank
you very much.
So I will just share my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I will turn my video on. Hold on, I'm coming. Yeah, I think I'm audible enough.
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes, go ahead.
okay, thank you. So,
very much audible.
all right, thank you so much. So in this project, we have a goal to accomplish, and our goal is to add a contact page to the already deployed sites by the first people that took, the first team that took. So our goal is to add and verify a contact page. But then there are certain things we need to note. The first one is that we're going to implement a clean feature branch workflow. That means we're going to create a branch. We're not doing it at the main branch like my partner said. So we're going to demonstrate isolation. Make sure it's not on main branch before merging. Okay. And after that, we're going to validate changes from end to end, because this app or this project is built locally. So we're going to make sure it also shows from this side and the other side as well. So I will just go to my VS Code. So this is, I'll preview with live server to see. This is the already project that was built by the first team, right? So now our main focus is that we are going to add a contact page here. That is our main focus. We're going to add a contact page here. So now on our Git bash, let's check our status. Git status. So we are on what? Master. There's nothing there. Git branch. On master branch. So we don't have any other feature. We don't have a feature branch already here. So let's go to demo course in a short while. So we are starting with task 2, which is what? Create what? A feature branch. And I'm going to name this feature branch contact minus page. That is what? Feature / contact minus page. So I'm going to copy this. Come back to my VS Code. You can use your Git bash as well. But since I've already opened this, I will just use Git or VS Code. In case you're looking for where to get your project, which is built locally, I will just go straight to it. Once you go to File, look at this folder, Open Folder. So once you click on your Open Folder, it will give you the files or the folders that are built locally on your system. This is code track 2. This is what I have here. So when you choose it, it will now what? Give you this I have here already. So now I'm going to what? Create a new branch called Git checkout page. Now I've created what? A new branch. So let's check how many branch that is here. So I will use what? Git branch to check how many branch that we have. Now we have what? 2 branch, apart from what? The feature contacts. Apart from the master, we have another what? Feature what? Page. So, and we have moved away from master because I've checked out to a new branch called what? Feature contacts. So I will go ahead and we'll check the status here. Git status. Oh, sorry, Git status. This Git status is used to check if there's anything, to know if you have a working tree table or there's something inside it. And here we have what? Nothing to commit. So it's what? It's working clean. It's just very clean. There's nothing yet in this branch. So moving ahead, we are going to create what? A file. Here we already have index.html that has the contents that our previous team put in here. So we have index.html and we also have style. But now we are going to create a new file called what? Contact.html. So let me clear to have a clear screen. So if you want to create a file, you use what? A touch command. You know, when you want to create a folder, like my previous team, when they wanted to create the project code track, they use mkdir, which is used for creating what? Folder. But if you want to create a file, you use touch. I'll just direct it to where it is on Udemy. For those that want to use Udemy to try. Okay. This is the command here. You use what? Touch. And then the name of the file you are creating, which is what? Contact.html. But if you are creating a folder, use mkdir, which is what? Make directory. But file uses what? Touch. So I'll go ahead and do what? Touch contact. That's the name of the file I want to create. .html. That's touch contact.html. Now you see when you look at here, this is my headline. You see that now before I don't have contact.html, but now I have it because I just created with what? A touch command, and now there's nothing inside. It's what? Empty. So there's nothing yet here. So I will go ahead. There's a file, a content I'm actually going to copy here inside this contact.html. There's a content that will copy into it. So I will just go to Udemy and copy it. I have it somewhere on my doc, but I will just use the Udemy. So this content is what I'm going to put inside the contact.html file I just created. So I'm going to copy it. So this is it. Go back to my VS Code. And then I'm going to paste it from here. So I will right click and then paste. So now I've pasted it. This is it. So now to save, if you want to save, you can actually go to file or you can use Ctrl S to save. But I will just go here. You see this and do what? Save. So after saving, oh, I think there's a mistake. Yeah, I'll just go up.
Just click on cross. Cross is there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just cross-check the code I copied.
You copy the right thing, just that there is a mistake in what was typed there. Just go and remove that HTML, the first HTML on top.
Okay, sure. Okay, I think this is okay.
You can also remove the Copilot. Copilot is
Yeah, let
expecting
me
the prompt,
take
so you
this
can
down.
just exit out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think this
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
So now I've added, I had to bring the code down because it was actually obstructing my view. So now I've actually added the content and I've saved, like I said the last time. So after saving, I've just take this call. Sorry, I need to push the call somewhere. Am I still on this call? Yeah, I
Yes,
think.
you're on the call.
Yeah.
You are here. You are
So,
here.
all right. So I will go ahead after copying this. I will go ahead and what? And verify if the file exists by doing what? LOS. LOS is commonly known as what? Lists. You are listing to see, oh, if this thing you just created, if it's there. So I'll go ahead and do what? And verify if it exists by doing what? Lists. After that, I'm going to check the status of this thing I just added, the content I just added to know if it's modified or not. It will show me in red because I've not staged it. So after that, I'll go ahead and what? Add it. After adding it, then I'll commit it with this message. Like my colleague said, you need to commit with a meaningful message. So I'll go ahead and commit with a meaningful message. So we take the first one by listing. So, okay, take the first one by listing. Now we have what? Okay. Now we have what? Contact, and we have index, and we have style, which is it supposed to be on feature, but we see to that. Okay, I will check the status. Let me see what I added. So, okay, the contact only. I have contact.html only. Now we go ahead what and add by using what git add. I can use git add the contact.html, or I can just go ahead and use git add and then a space and then dash. So I'll go ahead and what git add the name of the file contact.html. Now I've added. Now I want to check the status again before committing to know if it's been what added or staged. Git status. So you see, it was on red, now it's on green because this has been what added or staged. That will go ahead and what commit. So I'm going to pick this commit message. I don't want to use committed or added into it, so I'll just use this exact one. Let me clear to have a clean screen. So I'm going to paste this command. So one file has been what changed. So now that the file have been changed, if I'm to go to my, okay, apart from that, there's something else I need to do. First, we are asked to put something. I will just go to the mail and direct it than saying it. So after you have committed, you see this, we are supposed to add this inside the new paragraph in our index.html. So I'm going to copy this, go to index.html, and I'm going to add it there. I'm going to add it there. So I'm going to just go straight to index.html. They said this paragraph should exist below this playlist. Say find the existing paragraph with class playlist, the one containing the YouTube playlist link, and then you're going to insert this new paragraph directly below it. So I'm going to copy it. But before then, let's verify if the contact is showing yet. You see, it's not yet showing. So after doing this, you should be able to what? Reflect. But when you check on this, you see that it is what? Half there, you see. But our main base is to have it what? Showing at the index side. So now we're going to go back to index.html here. So I'm going to scroll down and find it. Okay, this is actually it's on number 22. So they say we should add that here. After joining the WhatsApp community, you should add it here. So I'm going to enter it here. So I'm going to go copy it.
No, hold on. You add the new one below the closing tag of that playlist.
Yes,
Check
I've not
it
added
up
yet.
again.
Playlist, rituals, contact page. We don't have it yet. I've not added. This is join the WhatsApp community yet. You see? Can you see that it's not the same code? This is join the WhatsApp community, but the one we have to add is this. Playlist, want to reach us, contact HTML, contact page. So it's two different things. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'll come here. Then I'll paste. Now I've pasted it. I'm going to just take a few times to structure it how it should be.
Okay, Mary, hold on. That's what exactly I wanted you to pay attention to. where you created the
Yeah.
space is not in the right place. You should have watched, the space should have been created after the closing tag for that playlist paragraph. Look at
Yeah.
your line 28 as it is now.
Yeah.
Good. It is after this line 28 as it is now. It wasn't 28 before now. Yeah,
That
that's
means in
where
between
you
div.
place it.
Okay.
No.
I can go
Exactly,
ahead and
exactly.
remove
You
it.
place it between, yeah.
But I can still edit it, even though I've pasted already. I can still, but I will just take
Yeah.
it off and put it back. I can just take it off and put it back. But I can see something I can see
Exactly.
edit.
You can just copy, you can just cut it from there and place in the correct position.
No problem.
Everything, including the closing tag there. There's one you are missing down.
Yeah.
Line
At
25
25.
also should go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 should also go.
So I'm going to be put in between this P and this div at in between 25 and 26.
Exactly. Yes. After 26. After 25.
So,
yes, exactly.
So I'll go ahead and paste, and then I will do the editing. Make sure it's on the same line, but let me have a good view.
You will need to come down to 29, line 29.
Yeah.
Paste at line 2. Have you pasted already?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Go to 25, your line 25. The two paragraphs are there.
Yeah.
Separate them.
I will edit it. I will do that. So we start from here. Okay.
Great.
After class, then this one should be down to class. Yeah. So we also move this here. Yeah, down the same line. Then also move this. Yeah, that is perfect. Is this on the same line? It is. Okay.
Move in a bit. Let it be on the same line. Move 28 in a bit by one space. Great,
Okay.
great.
Yeah, I think they're on the same line now.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and save, but let's cross check that. Okay. Now we go ahead and save by going here, and then I'm saving. So I'll put this up. Yeah. So now I've done the changes on on index.html. Then I will check. I can just go ahead and check my status before adding and staging. Okay, git status. So I've modified this. Then I will commit, or I will add, sorry, by using what git add. I will just add all. I will just go ahead and add index, but I will just add all. So then I'll go ahead and commit, git commit. I'll take the message. Okay, this is a message. Sorry, I'll clear my screen. Okay, now this is done. So let's check on VS Code before isolating. So now we have the contacts page here. It wasn't reflecting before, but now it is here. So most of our tasks are done. You just go ahead and check out. Remember that we are still on the feature branch. So now we are done with whatever the editing, everything we want to do. We need to go back to our master or our main branch, or we can just call it a default branch. So we need to check out to main. If your own is on main, you use git checkout main. If it's not on main, you use git checkout master. And since my own is on master, I'm going to use what? Git checkout master. That command is on Udemy, but I will type git checkout master. Now I've been switched to my master branch. Now, once you are switched to your master branch, you can do list to see, or you can just go ahead, but it's better to do list to see. You see, on our master branch, we only have index.html. The contact page is not here. The contact page is on our featured branch, which is this, the first feature we created, which is the feature/contact page. So now on our master, it's just the index and the style.css that is here. So before then, we can now merge, because we don't have contacts now. We can now merge our feature branch with the master branch. I will just go and copy that command. I can write it. So this is the first command I did there, the git checkout main, if it's on main, the git checkout master, if it's your default is on master. After that, remember, contacts should not exist on default branch. Like here now, my contacts.html is not existing. It's just index and then the style.css that is existing. So, but once I merge, I should be able to see the contacts included. So after that, so this is the command I'm looking for to merge. Now we want to merge the feature branch into the default branch, which is the master branch. So we take this command, git merge feature, the name of the branch you created. So I'm going to run it. So this is it. Now it's been merged. Are you seeing this? So now you can go ahead and list, but let's clear screen in case we don't have a clear view. So we can go ahead and list to see if the contacts we built on feature is here. So I'll go ahead and use LOS, which is what to list. Now, can we see the contacts HTML added to the index.html and star? And remember, this is now on master. The contacts have been moved or merged to master. So now we have done this. The next thing we are going to do is to delete the branch, because as my colleague said, after working on a branch, you don't just need to leave it there. You should go ahead and delete the branch. So we just go ahead and delete the branch. I can type that, but so you can use this git logs to see all the header you have added, but let's just take it first and run before the last command. See the changes you have made, what you have committed. You see, there's master as head, there's the feature contact page, which is the feature created, then there's the add contact page link, and then you added contacts, and this was the initial lesson I did. So this was the initial message. So now you can go ahead and delete branch by using, okay, I'll just take a command. After working, you delete the branch by using git branch, then /d, which is what deletes, and this is the name of the branch we worked on. So I will go ahead and delete this branch. So I paste this. Now I've deleted the branch. Now let's see if we still have this branch by using git branch to see if we still have the branch here. Wonderful. So it's just master that is showing here. We don't have any other branch apart from master, and this have been merged, and this is showing locally. So this is viewing it from end to end. So we can see there's another way to view, because this is built locally. So you can still go to your folder, your laptop folder, and this is our application here. This is the project we built, code track. You can go into it and open it. So before it was just the style and the index that was showing, but now we have contacts here built. So you can go ahead and double click to open from here. You see, it will give you the same thing. So thank you, and if you don't understand anything, you can always ask. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, any question, please ask. Okay. So Ranbir, what about next?
Next is Pratyush.
Let me share my screen.
Oh, Pratish available. Okay, please, Pratish.
Sir, I want to say something.
Yes, Bhupen, please go ahead.
No, this is for all listeners who are listening these things. You are not having any doubt means everything is clear. So if someone is presenting, it maybe some doubt is there. If you are not having any doubt, still ask your questions, so that it will be like maybe you know something which we don't know. So you have to add something. So after when Pratyush will finish his demo, please prepare your question and ask. Thank you, sir.
Yes, of course, they should ask. Right.
All right, please confirm if my screen is visible and I am audible clear.
Yes, Pratish, go ahead.
All good.
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Pratyush Pahari, and I am one of the team leads of Group-4. Today, me, along with my teammate Arati, will show you how you can do assignment 4, that is setting up your GitHub profile, and how GitHub will help you establishing a digital identity as a DevOps engineer. Now, here is a brief agenda. At first, I will discuss why GitHub matters for your career. Next, Arati will show you a detailed execution of assignment 4 step by step. Next, we will open floor for a short Q&A session. Before starting the presentation, let's start with a fun fact about the mascot of GitHub, that is the Octocat. I think you all have seen this logo of GitHub, right? But do you know the designer of this logo, Simon Oxley, originally named it at Octopus, not the Octocat. Thankfully, they have changed the name, but the icon became a global symbol. Now, what is GitHub? GitHub is a cloud platform that hosts your Git repositories. Till now, you all have done all the changes, everything inside your local machine, right? Now it's time to push everything from your local machine to the remote repository on GitHub that will store your code safely over the internet. You can think of GitHub as the Google Drive, but for code. We all know that we use Google Drive to store files, pictures, videos, etc., anything as a backup. But unlike Google Drive, GitHub not only saves your code files, but also saves the entire history of changes you have ever made. In our demo today, you will see Arati will perform basic key actions of GitHub, that is starring and forking a repository. Now, we'll learn what do you mean by starring a repository. Starring means liking the project or bookmarking the repo for future reference. And forking a repository means creating an exact copy of the project you want to work on inside your own GitHub account. Now, I have also shown you how you can star any repository uh, in your own GitHub account. You can come to any repository of your choice and click on the star button, and this repository will be shown under your own GitHub starred repository list. I have also seen you how you can fork any repository you want to work on. You just come to the repository, click on the fork button. Next, you can see the repository will be visible under my own GitHub account, and you can make the required changes. Now you will ask me, Like why, Pratyush, why do we care so much about setting up a good GitHub profile, right? So nowadays, GitHub is your new resume. In your resume, you claim that you can code, but in GitHub, you show your code directly to the recruiter. Basically, GitHub works as the proof of work of yours. Now, here are some of the checklist to make a professional GitHub profile. Number one, give a professional headshot. Make sure not to use any selfies or any vacation photos in the GitHub. Make a clear and concise bio stating your roles, stacks, goals, etc. Attach the LinkedIn and Medium links and also attach the pinned repositories and showing your best works. I have given my own GitHub profile link, profile picture as an example to show you how a professional GitHub profile looks like. You can see here it's a professional headshot. I have written a short and concise bio. I have also attached the Medium link, LinkedIn link, and the Twitter link. And I have also given my Gmail in case recruiters want to contact with me. And I have also pinned some of the repositories which I have recently worked with. Now you'll ask me, but Pratyush, how we can generate such a good looking Redmi profile in our own GitHub profile also, right? Simple. You can just come to Google and type GitHub Redmi generator and it will display a couple of websites. You can go to any website and you can generate a good looking Redmi profile for your own GitHub profile. Now, we have also reviewed all the GitHub profiles of Group-4 and applied all the changes I have mentioned till now to optimize their GitHub profiles. Here, I have given a couple of examples. You can see it and take inspiration from that. I have shared the GitHub profile of my friend Michael, Daniel, Afoma, Arati. Yes, that's it. You can take a look and take inspiration from that, and you can make your own professional GitHub profile. Now I will hand over the stage to my friend Arati. She will give us a detailed step-by-step walkthrough of how you can do the assignment for. Arati, you can go ahead. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Excellent.
Hi everyone.
Well done.
Hello.
Yes, Aarti.
Yes.
Can
Where
hear
are
you.
you? Okay, go ahead.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
My name is Aarti and I'm going to present assignment setting up GitHub for CodeTrack. Basically, this assignment is based on real world, a real job scenario where before you join any DevOps team or development team, you have to basic knowledge of setting up GitHub and setting up GitHub and understanding basic knowledge of GitHub. So let's start with the assignment. Our first task is creating a GitHub account. So to to create a GitHub account, click on github.com. If you already have an GitHub account, you can just sign in or skip the assignment creation step. For creating new account, click on sign up button. Okay, you can sign up using Google, Apple, or simply entering email, create a new password and a new username. So I am entering a new email account.
Are you saying something, Aarti?
Yeah, I set a new password and now I am creating a new username. Okay, new email ID, password and username set, and you can click check out click the checkbox to receive occasional product updates and account announcement. Click on create account button. GitHub will send you verification email to verify account. Okay. Okay. Click on sign in. This will display a GitHub dashboard and home page. Click on profile icon and profile. Okay, you can see your GitHub profile link in the browser. So this completes a task 1. You have to take screenshot mentioned here of Git homepage and URL of your GitHub profile. Let's move to the task 2. Task 2 is explore GitHub like a professional. In the top menu, click on explore. In explore, you can browse trending topics, collection, events, GitHub sponsors. In trending, it show trending repositories and developers building hot tools daily. You also have to take screenshot of this trending page. Our next step is searching how you can search the repository. Okay, for searching the repository, here is a search bar. You can simply type or paste the repository name, or if you don't know repository name, you can mention the owner name if you know. So I'm just copying here the repository name, the epic book, and paste it here. Click enter. Yeah, here is the epic book. There many people created the epic book repository. We click on our provincer's repository name. Here is a provincer's repository. So our next step is starting and forking the repository. Okay, you can start the repository by clicking here. Starting repository helps to bookmark useful repositories and products and projects, and also shows the appreciation to valuable open source code. Okay, now we fork the repository. To fork the repository, click on the fork. Okay, here is a fork repository name. You can change this name or keep it as it is. Here is your GitHub username. You can add the description here and click on create fork. Okay, now you can see the fork icon here and the repository you forked. And notice here is your GitHub username, not provincers. This ensures that the repository is forked by you, the epic book, and forked from the owner name and the repository name. So this completes the task 2. And you can also see the repository fork repository URL here. Okay, let's move to the task 3. Update your GitHub profile. To update GitHub profile, click on profile icon, go to profile. Okay, you can edit your profile by clicking here, edit profile, or simply click here. Okay, first I want to change the profile picture. So click on edit, upload a photo. Set new profile picture. Okay, the profile for picture is updated. Now let's move to the update name, public email, etc. The name I want to give is Aarti. Okay, here is the option of public email. Okay, public email helps recruiters to contact you easily. Bio, in bio you can mention simply GitHub bio tells about your profile, what you do, what your interest and what you work on. Okay, I am copying the bio from here. Okay, specify pronunciation. URL, in URL, if you have any website, so you can paste it here. In social accounts, you can add your LinkedIn, Medium, Twitter, etc. social account link. I am going to add my LinkedIn profile link, then Medium. Okay. Company and location are optional. You can mention your company GitHub organization to link it. About location, others user will see the time difference from their local time. To save all the information, click on update profile. You can see the message here, profile updated successfully. Click on view profile to see the changes. Okay, you can see here your profile picture is updated, bio is added, and the links I added of my LinkedIn, Medium are visible here. Okay, this completes the task 3 and assignment. Now, okay, here are some add-on points apart from assignment tasks. Me and my team also explored a few additional GitHub features to understand the platform better. Okay, now I am going to pin the repository. Pinning the repository highlight important repositories on your profile, so recruiters and your teammates can see your best work. So the repository you want to highlight or pin, just click select the repository and click on save pins. So you can see here pinned repository. Okay, the next add-on point is creating a repository. Okay, to create a repository, go to repositories, click on new. Okay, you can mention here the repository name. For the demo purpose, I am mentioning DMI demo repo. Okay, add description. Okay, this is the DMI demo repository. Here is a part 2 configuration. In configuration, choose visibility, who can see the commit to this repository. Here are two options, public and private. So public means anyone on the internet can see this repository. For example, we can take the open source project. And in private, you can choose who can see and commit this repository. For example, it is used for confidential project. Okay, by enabling this add readme. This is a readme file. A readme file can use readme files can be used as longer description about your repository. By enabling this, you can add a readme file manually, but for the demo purpose, I am enabling this option. GitHub by default add the readme code. Okay, next is add .gitignore. .gitignore tells files not to track. If you .gitignore prevents unnecessary or sensitive files from being published to the repository. And add license. License explain how others can use your code. So create a repository. Click on this create repository button. Yeah, here is our repository DMI demo repo, and you can see the default readme file code. This is a preview. Click on readme.md to see the default code. Okay, here is a default code. You can see here also the recently created demo repository. Okay, next is deleting a repository. If you want to delete a repository, or you think that you accidentally created the repository and want to delete it, so delete the repository. Click on the repository. Go to settings, scroll down. Okay, here is a danger zone. Change visibility. Change visibility means you can simply change public or private. Disable branch rule. Transfer the ownership of the repository. Archive the repository. And here is the option, delete this repository. Click on this. Okay, here is your username and the repository name you wanted to delete. Click on I want to delete this repository. Confirm that. First confirm which repository you are deleting. Okay, read the alert message. And one thing I want to mention that after deleting repository, you can't restore the repository. I have read and understand these effects. Click on this. Okay, you have to mention the repository name here to confirm deletion. Okay, delete this. Click on delete this repository. So here is a message, your repository DMI repo was successfully deleted. And see here, you now can't see the repository demo repository here. So it shows that repository is deleted successfully. Next add-on point is GitHub profile readme. GitHub readme profile. Okay. For this, you want to search that GitHub profile readme generator. Okay. It is simply like a bio, which shows that the information about you and what you work on, your interests, etc. So specify your name here. Okay. Give the subtitle. Okay. You can mention here you are currently working projects and links. The information you want to add, you can add here. Skills, here are skill section, programming languages, choose programming languages. Okay, front-end development, front-end development, back-end development, mobile app development, AI ML, database, data visualization, DevOps. Okay, here AWS, Azure, backend and service, backend as a service, frameworks, testing, software. Here are so many sections. Okay. You can mention your social account here. I am adding my GitHub account name. LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. YouTube also. Okay. Click on generate readme. Before clicking, confirm that you selected all the options you want to mention in your GitHub readme profile. Just click on generate readme. Okay. Copy the markdown. Go to your repository. Click on new. We have to click a new repository for it. Give your GitHub username. Okay. Here GitHub also mentioned that this is a special repository that you can use to add readme.tmd to your GitHub profile. Okay. View the description. Okay, here are the configurations. I want to add a readme file, so I am not enabling it. So click on create repository. Yeah. Go to readme here. Okay. And just paste the copied code. Okay. Preview it. Here you can see the output of a readme generator. Okay. Click on confirm changes, commit changes. Yeah. Okay. Go to your profile. Yeah. Now you can see the website GitHub profile it is looking professional. So our goal is completed, which was your profile looks credible and professional. You can see that our GitHub is looking professional. So that's all about the assignment number 4. Anyone have any question? Hello?
Yes, yes, Arati. Thanks a lot for giving us such a detailed explanation of assignment 4. Yeah, I'd like to open the floor for if any questions you have regarding the assignment 4. Please go ahead.
Yes, guys, please ask your question.
Sorry, Ati, lovely presentation. I have a question
Thank you,
as
Greg.
regards the bio you just did now. And I think that question is coming up because my system was lagging. So most times when you do the step, it doesn't come up. Now, when you were trying to do that bio thing, I noticed you were trying to create a new repo again.
About bio?
Yes. When you were creating the repo, I noticed you put your name again.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you are talking about README profile I created.
Yes. Can you just please run that or maybe clarify me because I'm a bit confused there. Because I noticed you had to create, you had gone to the generator, you got the information quite all right. Then you now created a repo. I don't know. That part is a bit confusing. I'm not really getting that part.
Actually, to create a GitHub README profile in your own GitHub account, you need to at first create, like for changing anything, you need to create a README profile for that. You need to create a repository for that. Now, to create the repository for the README profile in your GitHub, you have to give your own username for inside in the repository. And after that, whatever changes you will make, it will be visible in your GitHub profile README.
Okay, because you use your repository name.
Yes, that's the reason. So that
So
the
basically,
changes will be visible on your own GitHub profile.
Okay, so hypothetically now, if my name is Greg now.
Yes.
So
For example,
your
username is Greg Odai on your GitHub, and suppose you want to generate a good README for your own GitHub, you can go just at first create a repository with the same name as your username, like Greg Odai. Then you give the markdown copy you have used from the website, and it will generate automatically.
Yeah, you guys just saved me. I was about to do that. I didn't know how to go about that. As you just talked about it, now you just saved me stress.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was really lovely and interesting. I learned a lot. Great work.
No problem, Greg. Thank you for your question.
Yes, Purva, please go ahead. You ask your question.
Hi, it was really a great presentation.
Thank you, Purva.
First of all, and I think I didn't think about all these concepts when I was actually doing the assignments. I just created a profile and did the basic updates, and I put in the assignment. I think my question was same as Greg had asked, but to extension to that, maybe you can just share the link where you actually did the edit, like you edited all the stuff. That would
Nothing,
be
like
really
you can just go to Google and type
Yeah.
GitHub README generator. It will open a couple
Okay.
of websites. You can select any of the website. It will work
Okay.
basically the same.
Okay, thank you. I will do that.
You can use, I think, in the GitHub Copilot also is there. You can, if you will type like I want GitHub README profile, or you will describe, it will give you the code and it will make it.
Yes.
So you can try that GitHub
if you have GitHub
Copilot also.
Copilot, you can do that. Yes.
Yeah, using AI, you can do all these things.
Okay,
Sorry,
thank you.
one more question.
Yes,
This
Greg.
GitHub generator README, can you do something like that with LinkedIn as well?
I'm not sure. Need to check it. I need to check it. I'll for sure. I'll let you know after checking it.
Okay. I'll give you a shout. I'll give you a shout.
Greg, Audi, you can also go ahead and just do some R&D and let us know the answer.
Yes, I think I think in our I think in our DMI there is a session on LinkedIn as well. You can of course go through that.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't know
recorded
if
by Samantha Riju.
Samantha,
You
yes.
can go
What
through
was
that.
the question, sir? So what was the question? I didn't get that.
No, the question was what you did with on GitHub using the GitHub README generator. Is there something like that for LinkedIn that after you have generated what you want to generate, you copy the markdown, then probably do something on LinkedIn to just automatically configure your LinkedIn as we did with GitHub? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
just you can
asking.
just search on Google, like if there is something like called LinkedIn profile generator.
Yeah.
I think there will be, or else you can just take help from ChatGPT or Gemini. It will guide you better.
That's
Yes.
why I asked. That's why I asked
I
Greg
want
to
to see, Greg. I want to add in this. I want to add in this. The GitHub is like you in the GitHub, the page you were seeing, like it was like you can mention your profile, your thing, everything you can put in that. So you can create with the GitHub. Sorry, you can create with the VS Code or the inbuilt AI. But the LinkedIn is another thing. It is a platform where you are connecting with the people, and there is the cross communications also. So you have to set up the things in that.
Yeah.
GitHub is another thing and LinkedIn is another thing. You can't automate the things. If you want to automate, then you have to buy some AI tools and you have to you have to integrate that AI tool. There is a AI tool. I think it is. I'm not getting the name. I will share you the name. So there is an AI tool. You can integrate your LinkedIn profile to that particular AI, and you have to give a prompt, and the prompt should be like it. The proper prompt should be there. Then it can do your LinkedIn task. But the prompt should be clear. Otherwise, it will create a mess. So
Bhupen. That's why I said I asked Greg Odi, please go ahead and do some R&D and let us know the
No
answer also.
problem.
Right?
No
Yes.
problem.
Yeah.
I'll work on it. I'll work
Yes.
on it.
Yes.
I think
And
Shraddha
come
has
back with
raised her
good
hand.
news.
No problem, sir. I'll come back with good news.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
Shraddha,
hi
please.
all. Actually, it was a great presentation. I have no questions regarding this presentation or how we merge and work on Git. I have a simple
but
question
yeah,
like,
you are asking.
Sorry. When?
can I go ahead?
Yes,
go ahead.
Please go ahead.
My question is that as a DevOps engineer, maybe I'm not in the development side, so I will not have any code to display on my GitHub profile because I'm not a developer, so I will not have any code repo or something. So can I display what exactly can we display? Like we can display Ansible scripts or we can display something.
Yes. In future, like you
That's
will
what
work on scripts and
I
all,
don't
and
have any code. I am not coding anything.
Ma'am,
Like
whatever
in
you are doing, first of all, congratulations. I think your name we got in our group, and you got some new job for system engineer also. Congratulations if you are. And the second thing, whatever you are doing in tech, whether you are writing a script, whether you are writing anything, you can push that thing to the GitHub, and you can make something like a README file. You can make so whenever the person will hit that repository, the readme file will be there and the readme file will display, okay, this is the thing. Because if you are putting the folders, nobody will able to get the things. So whenever you are pushing anything, suppose you are writing an HTML, whatever you are writing any script. So you have to create a readme file for that, and the information of that script should be there in the readme file so the people can understand. So it is not like you are maintaining the code only. Whatever work you are doing regarding the technology or tech, yes, if you want to do, see, there are so many websites. You can take the DevOps projects, learn them, and you can put that projects from your local to your repository. So it can work like that. Or whatever you are doing, just push that thing and create a README file. Because in our VS Code, we are having an integrated AI tool which is creating the README file. You just give the normal command in the normal English, Like I am doing this thing and I want to make a readme file for this, kindly create this for me. It will create. Just go with the git command, whatever we have learned now these days. It will go there and it will push your things and it will good to go. So you can do like that.
And also you can add
Okay,
non-tech
Promise.
things also in the GitHub. So it's not like you have to add only tech things. You can add
Yes.
non-tech things also. Yeah.
Hey guys, first of
Thank
all,
you.
can we
Yes.
stop this image? This image is really scary. Not scary, it looks so bad. I don't know why you guys are seeing this.
I wanted to tell that like it has been like, going on for so long.
Hi, Praveen sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Actually, we are enjoying, sir. Now these days we are enjoying the session, so we are working late till late nights.
I
Yes,
see.
sir.
I think 10 minutes ago I called Pandeji. I need to talk with something, but I was watching this session on the YouTube. I always watch when I'm in the office. Most of the time when the session starts, I'm leaving from the office. So while coming back, I watch now and then. So I need to talk with the Pandeji. I called him. Then he said, still session is going on. Pandeji, stop. He said, no, it's going now. It is 2 hours, 3 hours. It's good. It's good. You build a really good community now. Great. Guys, one thing quickly. Actually, I'm trying to something experiment. And can you guys go ahead and scan this QR code? Did anyone join?
Yes, it's showing no active
Yes,
polls at this moment.
live demo week 3
Live demo.
assignments.
Yes. Yes, sir.
There's no option to ask question or something.
No.
No,
No,
Nope,
it's
nope.
taking time to load, so we've not really joined yet.
there are no active polls. Yeah, go
Yes,
Yes,
to
sir.
no
It
question
active
shows.
polls.
answers.
It's a
Yeah, go to
Q.
question
Go to
answers.
Q&A, right? It's showing
Yes.
go to
Q&A
Yes, go to
Q&A.
Q&A.
I'm seeing go
Okay,
to Q&A.
okay, they want us to ask the first question.
Yeah, ask your question in green color, right? We can see on mobile.
Okay.
I can see question also. What is Git?
Okay, now. Okay, now we see the questions. Perfect. Okay, very nice. Okay, great. So now what will happen? Now, how are you, sir? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much. And now this question is marks. Go away. What is the Git? Git is the tool. Demo question. What is GitHub? Platform. How do we generate GitHub README profile? Connect with the Ranbir, Anjana. They know, they did. They will help you. Difference between Git and GitHub. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm doing well. This one was so informative. GitHub demo. Okay, very good. Looks like this is working. Okay, so I wanted to test it and we are going to use this. What happened actually is sometimes problematic for the people to ask the question, right? Because you need to turn on your camera or maybe you need to speak up, right? And people don't feel confident. So what we'll do, we'll use this tool for the all Q&A. So before any session, So we'll create this link and share in the community or maybe in this chat. You can scan, you can ask your questions. So again, it could be anonymous. You don't need to display your even name, right? So we don't know who is asking the question. So you can freely ask your question. And again, what happened? Person who need to answer this question, he will also get time to think about it, right? When sometime a question comes in front of you, right? The way the picture was, right? There's so many questions coming on him. He's even not able to balance himself, right? So same happened to us as well, right? So we also get some time to understand the question and answer in the better way. So we'll use this tool going forward. Perfect. Okay, I think that's all. You guys carry on.
Oh, we have done, sir, actually. If any question, then you can ask. Yes, Purva. Do you
Hello.
have?
Yes, hello everyone. Quick one. I wanted to ask the guy who did the presentation on Git. I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
If,
Perfuse.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
if you delete a branch, right? Or sorry, if you merge a branch, is it possible to undo? That's one
I mean,
question.
you can just delete your branch, right? Git branch dash d with the even delete your
No,
branch.
I'm talking about.
I mean,
I mean, when you
Don't delete
merge.
branch.
okay.
Merge.
The undo. Okay, he's asking undo your branch, right?
Yeah,
You can
like
do
when
you
you
can do it.
save normal
You can do
system,
it.
when you
There is the
save, you
option
can
to doing it.
undo.
I can git revert is their option, something like command. I haven't used it
Okay.
personally, but I have to check.
Okay. All right, fine. Then the guy mentioned something about hot fix branches. He said something about it's an emergency branch, right? So I'm wondering under what circumstances can you use such a hot fix branch? Is it only when you have an emergency, right? And what type of emergency do you use that particular kind of branch?
Okay, guys, let me answer this question. It's a very good question, okay, and very practical question. So first question was about I'm audible?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you,
loud
sir.
and clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first question was about can we delete the branch? Okay. Sorry. How we can revert the changes? Okay. So there is the way to, if you have committed your code on local, you can revert it. Even if you have committed your code on the remote, okay, you can revert it back. Okay. There is the logs, right? And even you have done the 100 commits, you want to go on the very particular commits, you can go there. Okay. So Git is a really powerful tool. Okay. So a lot of possibilities there, but you don't need to worry about all those things. Okay. Once you start working, then you know. Okay. And someone should not ask this kind of detailed questions, okay, in your interview. But someone is asking, you say, yes, this is possible. I haven't tried it. Okay. Now coming to the next question, it was about the hot fix. This is a different way we do the release. Okay. So different organizations has the different way of doing the weekly release or monthly release, feature release.
Okay.
And let's say you have the plan, right? So your weekly release is on, let's say, on Monday. Okay. So once you are doing a release on the Monday, then for the next release, okay, so either you will be we are doing all the development on the maybe on the particular branch, or maybe on Monday you can create the release branch, right? So from that day, all commits will go on the release branch, right? So all commits is going on the release branch. Now let's say, imagine in between on the Thursday or Wednesday, right? There's some important fix need to be done in the production, right? But we know all release is going with the feature branch, right? Or maybe any particular branch. Then how do you do this particular release, right? So for that we create the hot fix. Okay, we do the hot fix. Okay, so create the different branch with the hot fix. Okay, and you can do it. So again, this is a different naming convention. Some when you create the branch, okay, you use the feature branch, bug branch, hot fix branch, right? So hot fix is basically if you want to do some immediate release, okay, some emergency release. That is the one use case. Again, this is a term, okay, you can use for the any other use case, right? Now let's understand another use case. I have computed my code. Okay, now let's say we have the main branch. Then I have created my another branch, feature branch, to do some release. Okay.
Okay.
No, let me put it different way. So let's have the main branch. Then I have created the feature branch and I've done all my development. I have tested everything works well and fine. Okay. Then what I did, I have merged my code in the main, right? And I put in the main, then I got some error. Though I have tested everything on the branch itself, it was working fine, right? But when I merged in the main, now there is some problem happen. Now, because of this merge, right, my code is on the main branch and my code is not working, right? Now, anyone going to pull this code, what will happen? He will get the buggy code, right?
Yes.
Then I need to fix it, right? Now, what I can do, I can create here another branch with this latest code, right? Which is buggy code on the main branch. I will create another branch. I will try to fix it. Again, I will call it as a hot fix. Okay. So with a hot fix, you can go ahead and fix it. So that is another way. Again, as I said, this is a term people use a different way. Okay. Even I can go on my main branch. Okay. If I'm confident enough, right? And I'm the owner. Okay. We have the small team. I can go ahead, fix the issues on the main branch and commit with the just message hot fix. Right.
Okay.
So again, as I said, this is the term. Okay. We use a different way. As of now, don't need to worry. Once you start working in the corporate, you'll understand those things.
Yes. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, guys, I think it's too late. Okay, go ahead and
I think
sleep.
Purva has raised her hand.
Take some rest.
Yes,
Okay, Purva, go ahead.
I have one last question. I just wanted to understand that when we try to deploy or try to work with different languages, how to identify the dependencies like for different languages, or do the developers specify it to us when we are going to go forward?
As a DevOps engineer, okay, you not need to worry about that. Go ahead, ask the developer. You not need to know. Okay, and he will tell each and everything what you need to configure for this application. Okay, what is the runtime, what is the dependencies. Okay, so you don't own the code, right? How you can figure it out? It's not easy for you, right? But of course, you can use some AI tool nowadays. Okay, there is a lot of way of doing that, but simple is not your responsibilities, right? That's what we understood in HTML, right? So you come in the operation phase, right? Even if you're trying to help them, the different tools, but this is something you don't know and it's hard for you unless and until you're coming from the development background.
And sir, they also provide README file also. They provide all the dependency, all these things. They provide README file. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be there. Yeah, in the document will be there. They will provide all
that
those
file will help you.
Okay. Yes. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Shraddha, many congratulations. I heard in the community you got the job. And
Yes,
of
sir.
course,
Thank you.
we haven't did anything for you getting this job. It was just the 3 weeks, okay? But one thing
Yes,
I
sir.
can
Confidence also
tell you,
matters.
yeah, one thing I can tell you here, okay, means people like you who can get the job, okay? Because I have seen you in each and every live session. have seen you each and every evening session, right? Always asking the questions. You have been champion of the week. So these things just tell one thing: you are serious about your career. Okay, you are serious about your journey. You are serious about your learning, and you know what is your destination, where you want to go, and you are putting the right effort. Okay, so this is mindset. This help anyone. And here we see we have so many people, right? And couple of faces I remember, right? So because those faces I can see all the time, right? And this is not just to turn on the video showcase you are the beautiful or you are here, right? This is about your commitment, right? Just I wanted to be here completely 100%, because once I can turn off my video, and it didn't matter what I'm doing behind the scene, right? As you see currently, uh, Tanisa, she was watching the phone, right? So it's possible, right? You can turn on your camera, you can look at the down, right? Maybe look at the TVs there, right? But this only shows your commitment. Okay, so your camera is on, you are committed, and person who has this kind of mindset, okay, personality, they will succeed. And all people, at least I can see the videos, right? I know you will get the job, not today, not after 2 weeks, but you will get not the job, whatever you want. Anything is possible. Just keep working. And for other people who has been champion of the week, right? You see, one champion got the job because you have sort of similar characteristics, right? So you can also get the job. Okay, so keep working.
I'm actually blessed to be in this community because in the interview also what I found was in DMI gave me a confidence, like Linux skill I had, certifications I had, but that confidence that is needed to face those people and the people who are out of the country that is also needed because we don't meet them every day or something. This DMI.
Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, so this is a platform, as I said, this is by the community, for the community. Now you see, I see you people are very closed, right? The Greg Pandey was saying, Greg, go ahead and do your research, come back, let us know, right? So this kind of confidence, right? How come? Because we know each other, right? We are very close to each other. Okay, so guys, this is a platform for us to help each other. So take this as advantage.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Pratish, you are also best. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Please go ahead and eat well, sleep well, and get ready for the tomorrow. It's already too late for some of the people. For the India, 11:30. Go ahead, sleep. It's too late for you. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Good
Bye.
night,
Good night,
sir.
sir. Good night.
Night.